What's good? What's good, YouTube? Total Recall, the Doctrine of Discovery Connection. I go by the name Pushy Push. Down below is my TikTok at pushy.push. Definitely go over there and check out some of my short form videos. Also, drop a like and subscribe right here to my YouTube. Thank you definitely for watching right now. But let's jump right into the video. So, I've done about 8 videos where I've talked about a specific bloodline that has made itself, powerful through the church and also becoming kings themselves. So the last videos that I've done has talked about people who had animal DNA in them. So basically, I've called them wild men. So these people have made it into power, So the last 8 videos has been showing that right there. Whether if they're black or they're white, Asian, it doesn't matter. The point of it is that this bloodline has kept itself in power, for it seems maybe a couple of thousands of years. So the doctrine of discovery, which how does this connect to it? It connects because this is the justification for how they take over the world. When this wild man finally makes it in as a priest, finally make it in as a king, it makes its move to conquer the whole world. And basically, its species now will be overall. So these are the Papa's Bulls right here. The first one is June 1452, Pope Nicholas, and this is the Dumb Diverses. So we'll be looking at all three of these Dumb Diverses right here, these Papa's Bulls. We'll look at all three of them. The second one, January 1455. We're going to look at that. And the third one, May 1493. We're going to look at that one right there. So at the bottom, it says the 3 edicts serve as a foundation and jurisdiction for the doctrine of discovery and set in place a catastrophic change of events for indigenous people, all in the name of empire expansion and religious righteousness. So this is how it's overall looked. But these people belong to a species. So we're going to look at all three of these in a unique manner. So it's not going to be in a way that the average person would present these right here. Just to bring it into a reminder that the church carries that bloodline, the Pope carries that bloodline, and the kings carry that bloodline. And they are in power during the time, and they gave themselves power to take over lands by any means. And that is what makes the doctrine of discovery so dangerous, is because, in my opinion, over 1 billion people died. So we're going to get into that right there with the first one. And this one is the Doctrine of Discovery of 1452. And the reason why this one is so important is because out of all the doctrines, it gives a name. And I've heard people talk about the Doctrine of Discovery, but I've never seen anyone focus on the name that they were going after. And it really blew my mind when I start to understand what and how all this connects to us right now, even as Black Americans, how it connects to everything, to everybody. So I'm gonna read this right here. It says, because I'm just getting right to the point. It says, invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens and pagans whatsoever. So this name Saracen is what we're going to be looking at. Who are they? Who are they that the church and the king would want them to be invaded, searched out, captured, vanquished? Vanquish, I mean, you're going to, you know, take them out, and subdue, meaning you're going to capture, all Saracens. So they're talking about a specific people and pagans. So whoever these Saracens are, along with other people, the church has given right to go and take whatever that they have. So it says, and the enemies of Christ whatsoever place. So these Saracens and these pagans were considered to be enemies of Christ. It says, and the kingdoms, dukedoms, principalities, dominions, possessions, and all movable and immovable goods, whatsoever held and possessed by them, and to reduce their persons to perpetual slavery, and to apply appropriate to himself and his successors the kingdoms, dukedoms, counties, principalities, dominions, possessions, and goods, and to convert them to his and their use and profits. So we're going to be looking at who are these Saracens, because whoever they are, which I'm going to show, they have kingdoms with an S. They have dukedoms, so they have royalties, nobilities. They have principalities, so not principalities as in spiritual, principalities as in laws, judges. They have dominion, so they have additional land. They have obviously possessions, and the church has given an order to take everything that these people own. So the best way to understand who a Saracen is, you have to go very far back. And this is during the BC time period. So this is where the name Israel come into play. So the online etymology dictionary of Israel. And this is where you're going to find out who are the Saracens. So it says Old English Israel, the Jewish people, the Hebrew nation. Then it says from Latin Israel. So Israel is a Latin word. From Greek and Hebrew, Yisrael. So Yisrael, that's not really what it's saying. Hebrew reads from right to left, so it's actually El Yishra. And when you're Latinized, you're going to read it Israel, so kind of backwards. So when it's Latin, it's Israel. When it's Hebrew, it's El Yishra, right to left. It says, he that strives with God. Now, the thing is right here, it says symbolic proper name conferred onto Jacob. Symbolic proper name conferred. Symbolic. My name is Pushy Push. It is not my real name. It's not my government name. You know, if you're trying to find who I am, you're not going to find me, you know, the real ID of me using the name Pushy Push, which is my symbolic name, my nickname. So this is what this is saying right here. Symbolic proper name conferred. Symbolic means that it is not the real name, it's something else. So it says symbolic name conferred. What does confer mean? Confer. It says grant or bestow a title, degree, benefit, or right. So it's a title or it's a nickname. It's something that is given to, but it is not a actual real name. It is a symbolic name. So it's telling you Israel is a symbolic name. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because when it goes further down, it says conferred onto Jacob and extended to his descendants from Sarah. Jacob's descendant name, family name, descendant name, family name is Sarah. Israel is the symbolic name, it's the nickname. So Pushy Push is the symbolic name. And then I have a government name. And if you want to find out whom I am, you have to know my government name. Well, that is what Sarah is. Jacob and extended to his descendants from Sarah. And what makes this stand out right here, we'll go back. This is who they're looking for. So a Saracen, the CENS on there, that is an extension name to a larger body of people. So you can say Ohioans or Californians or Floridians. You can say like that. Well, it's the same thing for Saracens because there is a kingdom. See down below, kingdoms. So there's a bunch of them in different places. And what I learned is that the Saracens, so the Sara, that is what we're looking at right here. The Doctrine of Discovery, the Pope and the King was coming after what would be Jacob's descendant, Sarah. That is what the Saracen is right there. It is the people of the book is the name right there, Sarah. So what that means is they weren't coming after Israel. They wasn't coming after the Moors. They wasn't coming after Jews. They said subdue all Saracens. So anybody who was Sarah, they was taking their kingdoms, their dukedoms, their principalities, their dominions. And I'm saying the Sarah that they're going from is right here, Jacob's descendant. And this is where it gets very complex because if Sarah is the family stock name, and it's the only way that I can find out who these people really are. Then what is the Israel name? Why did they place it there? And we'll look at this. These people right here, the blacks on top, they claim to be Israel. The people on the bottom, they claim to be Israel. But I just showed you the family stock name is Sarah. Why would we use the symbolic name? Why are they using the symbolic name? See, that is a problem right there. When I was showing that the Moors in this last video are black and white people. So you have some people up here who are calling themselves the symbolic name. And you have some people down here who's calling themselves symbolic names. So my thing when I look at this, either they're both converts, or either this is a bigger agenda to keep people asleep. So they're there to tell one group Israel and to tell the black side Israel. But when you go back here, it said symbolic proper. Israel is a symbolic name. And it says it was extended, it was given or put on to the name Sarah. So I look at the name Israel as it has covered up the name Sarah, which would have been all throughout the Bible. That's how deep this is right here. So when they're looking for Saracens, they're looking for the people of the book. And now I'm going to show you something where this gets really, really deep. So this right here, you know, these guys right here, they're the ones who are looking for the people of the book. The people of the book is called Sarah. They are extended out to different lands, so they call them Saracens. And this is in 1492 that they named who they were coming after. So let me go back right here. Right here. This right here is a Saracen. This is Chief Saracen right here. They said they were looking for Saracens. Invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens. Well, here is a Saracen right here in America. You see? So you can clearly see that they're around white people. These people right here are the ones that they consider to be pagans. Now you had other people who was Sarah here, who was also kings, who was also in royalty position. So they're trying to take out all the people. Rather, if you was a regular person or you were royalty, it says Chief Saracen right there. So they're looking for Saracens right there. This is how deep it gets. It says Lake Sarah. So this right here is in Chicago. Let me tell you something. You will know if a people is real if the land, if the mountains, and if the people are named after, the noble name. So that name right there is Sarah right there. And if we go back, let me just go on back right here, right here. It said Israel is a symbolic name. It's extended to Jacob's descendant Sarah. So they're looking for the people of the book, Saracens. That's what they're looking for. And here is a Saracen right here. This is one of many types of the people who are in the kingdom of Sarah. As you can see, the water is named after Jacob's descendant. Because you see, these are the people named right here, Sarah, right there. Here is an interesting piece right here. So you have Chicago, Illinois, 1893. This Chicago right here, Lake Sarah is right there at Chicago. So this is your kingdom, your where your dukedoms is at, where your principalities is at. This is what they came and destroyed. So you had normal people in the land that you can call them Indian, and then you had nobility in the land just as well at the same time. And these people came over here. These people gave a law to come after the Saracen. So they're coming after the people of the book, and the people of the book is real. But for some odd reason, we've been given that name Israel, and I think that name is given to hide the name Sarah. So that right there is showing kingdoms right there, dukedoms, principalities, because these were our kingdoms, dukedoms, and principalities here in America right here. This was our kingdoms, dukedoms, and principalities. Jacob, one more time, just one more time. Jacob, it says, and extended to his descendants from Sarah. They are looking for the people of the book. The people of the book is not called Israel. That is a symbolic name. It is not a family stock name. So let's go on with a little more with it. This right here is a map of Mississippi River, the Mississippi River. Down below, it says Baton Rouge. But what we want to look at is more up at the top. You see, it says Bayou Sarah, like just behind me, Bayou Sarah. And it's inside of a Star Fort city. This is your principality. This is your where your principalities, it's guarding the land, it's guarding the land. So Bayou Sarah, the SAR people, the Saracen is right here in America. The Indian in America, the original Indians are Sara Indians. Like Cherokee is a Spanish word, Algonquin, that is a French word. This word right here belongs to this land right here. So when they're looking for Saracens, they're looking for Jacob's descendant, Sarah. And that descendantry had kingdoms and they had defenses. So this right here is Fort Pike, which is not that far from St. Louis right there. And this is a Star Fort city right here, or Star Fort literally right here. So I'm saying the very Sarah that they have vanquished, they took over the land. They took over the city. And I'm saying, a people is real if the land, the water, the mountain, if it's named after the people. So it's not Saracen, it's the name Sarah. And this is the bayou right here. See, Sarah Bayou used to be right here. This is what they were attacking here in America right here in the 1400s. So I'm literally going to be showing in other videos that it was the Moors, it was the Arabs, it was the white and black versions that came over here through the doctrine of discovery, which gave them permission to take land that wasn't theirs. So it says, invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens and pagans whatsoever. And other enemies of Christ. And then it says, and kingdoms, dukedoms, principalities. So they came to take all the land here in America. And I'm just showing a brief because I'm going through all of them. So we get right here to the second one right here, January 1455. This right here is interesting because it's now in another land. So I'm going to let this piece right here speak. It says the Doctrine of Discovery first appeared in 1455 as a papal bull, giving Portugal permission to invade and colonize West Africa. After Columbus' infamous voyage, a similar papal bull was extended to Spain. So in 1493, the Spanish, and the 1455, it was the Portugal, and 14 the earlier time, that was Columbus right there. So I want to look at 1455. 1455 right here. They said West Africa. West Africa. What we're looking at right here is a 17th century Boeing's map. And on the map, there's three things that we're looking at. So at the top, it says part of the Barbary. Well, that's the Moor. In the middle, it says the kingdom of Sarra, Sarra, the kingdom of Sarra. And then down below, it says Negro land. So all of these people are blended in. This is how the Moor gets to say that he is a part of Sarra. This is how the Negro gets to say that he is a part of Sarra, the descendant of Jacob. They're looking for Saracens. They're looking for Sarra. And they're supposed to come over here and take everything they have. So the Portuguese is coming here to take the land from these people right here, Sarra. The Barbary and the Negro, the Moors and the Negro helped the Portuguese conquer Sarra. It says right here at the top, Barbary. At the middle, it says Kingdom of Sarra. Kingdom of Sarra. And down below, there's the Negro land. So they are looking for Saracens. And that's the reason why I went to the Etymology of Israel. So you can see that that name is symbolic. It is, you wasn't going to find anybody with the nickname. So you have to know the real name. And when you find out the real name, then you connect it to the Papa's Bulls. With the Papa's Bulls, they're calling them Saracens. And that scene part is an overall of a bigger nation. So here's one of the kingdoms. You had a kingdom in America. You had a kingdom literally in Africa. And I'm saying the Moors and the Negroes turned on the Sarra. This is the reason why they're blotted out in the book, is because these people are the ones who changed the name Sarra to Israel. So they helped the Portuguese conquer Sarra. And then they renamed the people here in America, the blacks, Negro, or either you're told you're a Moor, but you're not told this name right here. This is why it's so important with the Doctrine of Discovery when they're showing that they're looking for Saracens. So there's the name Sarra, Kingdom of Sarra. It says right here, symbolic proper. Israel is a symbolic proper name on Jacob and extended to his descendants from Sarra. They are looking for Saracens, Sarra, kingdom of Sarra, right there. So Jacob's descendant is Sarra. The people of the book is named Sarra. And it says, invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens. And it says, and their kingdoms. So here is a kingdom of Sarra. You see what I'm saying? Not just the word Saracen. That is an extended word. That I'm showing you literally a kingdom of Sarra, one of the kingdoms, because it's with an S, one of the kingdoms. So you had the kingdom in America where you see Chicago and all that right there. And then you had the kingdom that was in West Africa. And this is where we're at right now. So we're at the third one. And the Spanish did the third one, May 1493 is when they went and conquered South America. So the first one conquered North America. The second one conquered West Africa. The third one, the Spanish conquered South America. So let's look at that name. So the name that we're looking for is SAR. They're looking for Saracens. So on this right here, it says on the bottom, Kopanami, and then it says Saramaka. If you look at it on the side, it says river Saramaka. And this is the bottom part of South America right here. This is the bottom part where the water come out. It was once called Saramaka. You know a people was real when the water or the land or the mountain is named after them. That's how you know a people is real. So the water is named after Sara, and they're looking for Saracens. Well, here's an Indian tribe over here called Saramaka. So the Spanish is coming over here looking for all Saracens, all people who are Sara. This is when the Spanish come here. So this is the early right here. This is, like I said, the name Sara is an ancient name. It's been around longer than any name of Tartaria. In fact, the buildings that Tartaria have, they were all built by these people. You had Indian versions and you had noble versions. You had people who were kings and you had people who were commoners, just as regular Indian people. Here, right here is the upper part of South America. It says right there, Sara Sara. Yes, Sara Sara. You can't get no direct right there because this was the land of Sara. This was the kingdom of Sara. South America belonged to the descendants of Jacob. West Africa belonged to the descendants of Jacob, Sarah. North America belonged to the descendants of Jacob, which was Sarah. They are looking for Saracens. And it says right here, Sarah, Sarah. And this is in South America. Right here is Ecuador. You see, it says Saragoro right here. So I can show, and I'll be showing in different videos. I'm going to come back to this. This is just an introduction, but that name Sara is all over South America. Here is Saragoro right there, Ecuador, Saragoro. Just like you have Saramaka. This is in South America. So the Spanish has come here to kill off all Saracens, the kingdom that was over here. Here's Bolivia, Bolivia, Sara, Bolivia. It says is a province in the Santa Cruz department. It's a providence. So you see that right there, De La Sierra. Sierra is another name for Sara also. So the name Sara is literally in Bolivia and it's considered to be a providence. It's all over the country. It's all over America. It's all over Africa. I'm going to be showing in other videos how it's all over in Europe. You have Sara, who is white. I mean, it's so mingled in, and it was a big kingdom that they destroyed. The Papist bull killed off the very kingdom that you read about in the Bible. But you're looking at it underneath the name Israel, which is a symbolic name. It is not the real name. It is a nickname like Pushy Push, but it is not my real name. And Israel is not the real name. The real name is Sarah. That is Jacob's descendant name right there. And the Papist bull killed off Jacob's line. That's what's going on. Right here, let's look at it again. It says the Jewish people, you know, symbolic proper name conferred onto Jacob and extended to his descendants from Sarah. Jacob, the real name, the real descendant name is Sarah. They're looking for Saracens, and they were killing them off from America. They killed all of them off. From South America, they killed all of them. And the same thing with West Africa. That is what the Papist bulls are doing. They are going after the people of the book. But it didn't say they were going after Israel. It said subdue all Saracens. It didn't say subdue all Moors. It didn't say subdue all Negroes. It didn't say subdue Israel. It said subdue the family name, the descendant name of Jacob, the Saracens, everybody who was in the kingdom, everybody who was royalty. This was the kingdom before they took everything over. This is what's being hidden from us right now. This is what's being hidden from literally three continents right now. It's the factor that you was in power literally in the 1400s, and you have multiple nations that come over and has given themselves to right to take you out, to take your land, to take your kingdom, to take your dukedoms, to remove your royalty, to remove the Indian. So you have to understand the Indian and the king existed at the same time. The nobles was living in cities, just like we saw in the Chicago piece up there. The kings were there in America, same thing, South America, same thing. And they were living in immaculate cities. It is a lie. Let's go all the way back. Let's just look at this one more time. Let's just go look at this. These were the cities that everybody was living in. And then you had Indians who were just living in the land all at the same time. So they were coming after the people who were Aboriginal, and they were coming after the royalty that's in the land just as well. This is why you see Lake Sara. That is Jacob's people. The water will be named after you. The land will be named after you. The people will be named after you. But we're given the thought like, well, these are all tribal people. No, these are people who are living in actual buildings, cities, as well as they were living off the land just as well. Chief Saracen. That is what make this so important. They were looking for the Saracens. They were looking for Jacob's descendants. And they used three documents right here to completely wipe out that whole kingdom right there and everybody who was a part of that right there. And if you're here, as even in America, you are a remnant, like the all the grown-ups are killed off and the babies are kept, the young ones, and you're retaught. This is the reason why I call it total recall, because we're all quayed. We have to remember our past. And how can you when they killed off all your elders and they used three papal bulls to wipe you out from three continents and then give you the name Israel, a symbolic name, a nickname? It is not the real name. The real name, where does we go back? One more time, right here. The real name, and extend it to his descendants from Sarah. They are telling you Israel is a symbolic name. They just told you the real name, Sarah, Sara. That is what they're going after. And they've conquered three nations and took them out. And right now they're pushing Tartaria, but I'm gonna say that these are the things that destroyed the nation. So the next video is going to be very deep. This right here was just an introduction to bring awareness to what the doctrine of discovery is, who they're going after, because we're going to go deep into America and all the lands, and I'm going to show you even deeper how this goes right here. And this is, our past that they took from us. They took your kingdoms, they took the star fort cities, they took all your royalty, they destroyed all your books, and then they renamed you Israel, and then they renamed you Negro, and renamed you Moor. And the Negro and the Moor is the one who helped the Portuguese take the Sarah out. So the next video is going to be very deep because we're going to be looking at the Aztecs because they are Sarah. And I'm going to show you something that they weren't Indians, that they were actually people who lived in royal buildings. The whole Indian narrative of them being in feathers, I'm going to show you that they lived in royal buildings castles, homes with windows and doors. That is what the next video is going to be about right there. But it's still on the tip of Doctrine of Discovery. It's the overall title, Total Recall, because we're Quaid and we have to remember. We have to remember. So thank you for watching this right here and sticking around this long. Definitely drop a like and subscribe. And till the next time, family, thank you.